Welcome back to Medical Monday. A long struggle with dental issues led to years of hiding a smile. For Allison Merryman, that changed with the help of Dr. Roberto Velasco of Uptown Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry. They share the transformation and the advanced solutions behind her new ability to smile and eat whatever she wants again. You just can't stop smiling over there. I was like, she's like, now, okay, now you're bragging. Okay, all right, beautiful teeth. All right, Dr. Velasco, you were inspired by your father, who was an engineer.
Yes, so he was a kind of like perfectionist. Mm-hmm. Actually, my first thought was I was going to be an engineer, but then I got into dentistry and started blending both things, engineering and dentistry, and I got a devotion for smiles and how to make sure that every smile was the right thing.
Yeah. For most of us, our first, encounter with a dentist is we go get checked for cavities and then go to the treasure box and, get something and go. But dentistry is a wider range than a lot of people might realize because you chose prosthodontics. Explain, that's a specialty in dentistry, right?
Yeah, so prosthodontics is a specialty of reconstructing or rehabilitating a mouth that is failing. Mm-hmm. So we deal with the bigger cases. And the fact that I apply engineering and all this new artistry and all this new technology into it is just make things more predictable at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. And so you were in on the beginning of when we said, dental implants, and that is now like the platinum standard. Because before it was dentures, which that was all that we had, but now the implants are solid, and they've even advanced since the first ones.
So I got my fingers wet with dental implants back in '92. Go figure. Don't do the math though.
Yeah.
And,
I wasn't born yet.
Yes. So, and started watching the evolution. Actually, the first time I saw him, I said, that's not for me. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Look at this. And the evolution of first dental implants and everything we know about healing and surgery. And now with all the technology we have so much technology to simplify things. Digital technology and now AI are changing the way we do dentistry, the way we approach the treatment of patients. It's less invasive for the patients. It's much more comfortable, much more predictable, and
much more natural.
And we can know results way ahead of time if we do things right.
Yeah. We are getting older, living longer. It's not if but when for a lot of us that we're going to have some teeth that fail. All right, so those dental implants are better because you mentioned they feel and they look like more like natural teeth. They can be stronger a lot of times than people's natural teeth have ever been. Yeah. Also preventing bone loss because people who are wearing dentures, they'll continue to lose bone, right?
As we age, we're constantly losing bone.
Yeah.
We're constantly shrinking. All of us.
Yeah.
So when we lose teeth, that bone starts shrinking, and the facial features start changing a lot.
Yeah.
So doing implants, actually, the earlier we do them, the less the changes in the features of your face.
Yeah. All right, Allison.
Yes.
She's like, look, she's like, I was waiting for you to get to me so I could smile for you. Yes. Yeah. But there's all kinds of reasons why our teeth could fail. But what was frustrating to you is that you just kept doing all the right things, but every time you go into the dentist, you'd hear something new has happened in your mouth.
I did. I have invested in my mouth my whole life. I wanted it to last forever, born with teeth, but it just wasn't meant to be for me.
And you say genetically you can look back through your family and see where there's some other issues as well.
Yes, my dad had terrible teeth, and then my mom and my sisters had the audacity to have beautiful teeth.
Well, they can't beat you now. All right, but constant cavities, breakage, gum disease, and for a lot of people, they dread going to the dentist for that reason because like, what's going to be next? And you spent a lot of money, fillings, crowns, extractions, and I'll just jump in there and say that a lot of us think that everything's just fine if it looks fine and we don't have any pain. I had a crown that I had no idea. I had paid for a crown, and then there was a lot of decay that was underneath the crown. And ended up having to be an implant. So just the importance of always making those dental appointments and staying on top of it.
If you wait till there's pain or discomfort, it's probably too late.
Yeah.
So the constant checkups and recalls are very important.
Yeah. All right. So besides the aesthetics, there was an emotional impact on you as well.
Oh my gosh, it's been huge because my husband had passed away last year, and so I had been talking about it for 4 years.
But you became his caretaker.
I did.
But he wanted you to do this.
He wanted me to do it, but I just felt like I never really had time to take off. Yeah. Well, afterwards, I could just hear him. He was a Robert too, and he was always telling me, go get your teeth done. So I went to 2 or 3 different people, and as soon as I walked into Dr. Velasco's office, he was my third, I fell in love.
What made the difference at Uptown?
The minute you walk in the door, you can tell everything is modern, everything is new. The staff is just unbelievably kind and welcoming. Then Dr. Velasco, he's just a perfectionist and an artist.
Yeah.
I consider him artist.
What you think is fine, he may say, no, that's let me do a little bit more here. Yeah.
He said to me, he goes, how do you like your teeth? And I said, I like them. And he told me, say 55. And he knew exactly where my teeth should hit, so he made them a little bit different, and I'll be darned if they didn't look even more perfect.
Yeah, yeah. All right. By the time a lot of people show up to you, they've been beaten up. And I know some people, and I have a friend right now who's, I'm fighting her. I'm like, you need to go. She's like, I'm so embarrassed. Don't worry about being embarrassed.
Yeah, don't worry about that. The sooner you come, the better. That's the first message. The second one is, there's a solution for everybody. It's not always the same solution, but there's also a solution for everybody.
Yeah.
So come in, we can talk, well, obviously we'll make some x-rays and we'll see what's happening. And I'm almost 100% certain that there will be a solution that we can make it.
Because we have a lot of people who say, oh, I'd love to get implants, but I've been told I don't have enough bone.
Well, there is today, one of the biggest things in technology is that they're getting better where there is less bone.
Yeah.
And if not, we can always grow bone.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more complex, but it's also...
You can get them there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can get them there.
All right, what did we do with her that made the difference?
Okay, so she has a procedure called the All-on-X, which is basically her teeth were failing, and it was late for them. So trying to recuperate the teeth was a little bit more complex. So we decided to extract the teeth, place implants. The same day of the surgery, we place temporary teeth. Mm-hmm. So she goes home with a brand new smile the day of the surgery. That's a big plus. This smile is not only a change in the looks, but also it works as a cast. It helps everything heal in the proper place. Once they're healed, then we do the final teeth. That's when the artistry comes in. So the first part is all technical. You know, we got to get the implants. We have to let them heal. Then we work on the smile. And what are we looking for? The smile is what makes her the happiest, and with a natural look.
Yeah,
you know,
form and function,
yes,
right?
exactly.
All right, what's the first thing you sunk your teeth into that you'd been missing?
Steak.
Steak. Yeah, you're a steak girl. All right. So thank you so much. And just one last word to somebody who is putting it off.
Do not. I'm an older person, and you know, it has changed my life. It has made it so much better. This was the best medical experience I've ever had in my life. And don't cheat yourself.
Yeah.
Get yourself some teeth.
All right, and smile like that. All right, in fact, I think if we turned off the studio lights, her teeth could light up the room. Uptown Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry has a limited time offer for Great Day Houston viewers. Right now, new patients will get 20% off all On-X dental implants. 20% off. She's like, wow, yeah. Call today to schedule a consultation. The number is right there on your screen, 713-960-9623. Again, that's 713-960-9623, or visit them online at ucidtx.com. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen. We're going to give you a couple of seconds to get the phone out, turn the camera on, turn it around, point it toward the screen, and connected. All right. Thank you very much.